guys, and welcome girl here, and welcome back to another I Am Dead, part 8. Now let's go look for more memories. What's next on this one? A child. Now we're gonna find bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, and there's a bubble right there. Alright, here we go.
I was always fearless. My mother Aggi told me there was nothing I couldn't do. With Otsul and without, I hunted the deer in the woods and the hares on the mountain, all before I had taken my first lover.
Wait, what?
And younger still, one time Aggi had me knock her tooth out when she was in terrible pain. I didn't mind even when the blood poured out. It was easy for me. Spears and knives were my nature. Death and courage were my meat and drink. I knew about Aggi's mirror, of course, but did not believe all of it. When Aggi warned us the mauler was sick and there would be fewer calves for the following years, none of us listened. It was to be my first cull. I wanted their blood. It was my nature. We would not take less of the mauler just because an old woman told us to. She came to the beach after the Morlow slaughter, her hair wild, eyes burning with fury, raged and shouted like a woman out of her mind. We had killed too many, she said. Then she left the village, told us she was done with all of us, forever. As Otsul marked me with oil and blood, I did not mourn my mother leaving. I was young and foolish, and the sight of her ashamed me. Of course, I did not see what was to come.
To think that they were still having the same arguments about the Morlow way back in the Bronze Age.
Aggi must have sensed the trouble ahead. Maybe she was trying to find a way to prevent it.
They're hunters then. Alright, let's try to find it. Okay.
You said the 99 was it. Justin.
No, it's not there.
Oh. Huh?
No, I'm gonna check there. Wait. Never mind, I found it.
What a beautiful object. Delighted to have it in our museum.
Well, that's good. Alright, here we go with the next one. Oh god. There's a person now. We're gonna go find another bubble. Oh, here we go.
She was alone, and I would bring her food sometimes, samphire and sea urchins. She would make dry food and we would eat it together. textures unlike any we knew that broke apart in your hands and in your mouth. We would sing together, make tea together. We became her family. The dry folk left her alone. She had a companion for a few seasons, a hind who came down from the mountain and slept at her fire. And then, for a few more, her golden hair that ate from her hand. One night we all felt it. Those of us in the water and those above. The island waking, rumbling, alive again, more furious than before. I found Aggie awake, tending her fire, unsleeping, unresting, staring into her mirror. She told me she'd seen the island sinking into orange fire and boiling sea, lost forever above and below. The village and our town in the sea caves, all gone. Aggie went to the shore and blew the sinistral shell, calling our people up from the water. Aggie sang for them the oldest song, and we spoke for some time. That night, the sea and sky was all the same color, a deep grey blue like a mackerel's back without the glitter. As the dawn approached, Aggie left the beach to return to her people, to tell them what must be done.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure I want to see what happens next.
I don't
We
want
have to, Morris.
I could look over here later. Does it have to be like this one?
Such a small thing. But it changed the entire course of our island.
Oh god. Now we're going for one more. Oh, that's the skull? That's her friend. Alright, one last bubble. Oh, here we go.
We heard the shell and knew Aggie had returned. Ibni was the leader then. It had taken many seasons, more than we would have liked, but there were finally enough Morlo again and our village was growing. We were strong. Some of the younger ones didn't know Aggie and didn't want to hear her, called her a moon-shot crone, but Ibni looked in her mother's face and saw the truth of it. The end would come. The earth was growling again. There would be hot rivers of death and clouds of poison. But Aggie brought us the answer. She would give herself to the island. Ibni's voice shook. Surely a deer or a goat would be enough. The year's finest, blackest calf. Aggie cast down her eyes and shook her head. We all knew. I offered my blade, but Aggie turned me away. She took her knife that had cut her own cord the night the volcano last erupted and wrapped Ibni's fingers tight around the bone hilt. It must be you, Ibni, she said, and it must be now before the sun comes up. This day, this morning, or we are all gone. The village, the people, the island. Aggie embraced her daughter. Ibni whispered something, but I could not catch the words. Both women's faces shone with tears. Aggi sat on the ceremonial stone, the tears streaming now from all of us. Aggi delivered her final message. She told us her body must not be burned or given to the sea, but lain in the earth of the island beneath the mountain. Ibni was shaking, and then I realized it was not just Ibni. The whole island was trembling under our feet, waking up. Aggi told Ibni to be quick, the end was coming. As Aggi took Ibni's hand and guided the knife to her side, we saw the fish folk rising from the sea, hundreds of them, so many. I had no idea there were so many. Aggi was quiet the whole time, but Ibni cried out. A sound of longing and hurting from her heart like I had never heard. Then she fell silent, and as Aggi's life poured from her body, the island and everything on it fell suddenly still. Utterly still. We wept then, in sorrow and relief. Then the fish folk were among us, countless, numberless. One embraced Ibni, holding her up as it seemed her own legs might give way. When the sun came up that day, land and sea folk stood together for the first time, talking and singing the old songs, Aggi's songs, together. Ibni and the fish folk took Aggi up onto the mountain. They laid her in the peat alongside the knife and all the things she would need on her journey. Ibni watched over Aggi for days afterwards. Before she was covered, she placed a sacred carved stone, Aggi's beloved hair, inside her mother's mouth, to guide her and help her keep the mountain still forever. And so it was.
Oh, Aggi. Now that's bravery.
Back to the museum.
Hey, Sparky, it feels a bit, disrespectful looking inside Aggi's body like that.
You were the one who dug her up and put her on a plinth, Morris.
Yeah,
Shame on you, Morris.
Relax, Morris. This body isn't Aggi anymore. She's long past needing this old thing.
Well, all right then.
Okay, Morris. I'll level with you. We absolutely didn't need to find Aggi's mementos in order for me to sniff her out. She's here, and waiting for you. She has been this whole time.
But then, why did we need to visit the Bronze Age?
Aggi thought it was important for you to see those memories, so you would understand her path before you met her. But also, wasn't it cool?
That it was. The things I've seen now. Oh, Sparky, thank you so much. To think, for a while there, I was worried that being dead was gonna be boring.
You are very welcome, Morris. Okay, so, shall we go say hello to Aggi?
Yes.
Alright. I am going to stop right here and continue where I left off. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for notifications for new videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Next episode. This is the end of the video.